Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your November 1st through the 15th, 2019 Journal Love reading. It's Keaghan. I'm going to shuffle a little bit while I'm chatting with you guys here at the beginning. I did shuffle before starting to film, but I just like to shuffle once I start talking to you just to get into your energy as well. If you are returning and you've seen my videos before, you know that I'm typically on camera with you guys, but I'm not doing that for these readings. I'm actually taking a trip soon and life is a little bit busy, so I just didn't feel like setting everything up. But I wanted to get the readings done for you guys. So you're just going to see the spread itself. I'll be back mid-month for a mid-month check-in, and I'll be on camera for that. This is a general reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising signs. If you are a cross-watcher, just know that in general readings, energies can be reversed. Take what resonates with you, leave the rest. If this reading doesn't resonate with you, you can also check out your own Moon, Venus, and Rising sign readings if you know what those are. I'm going to be using 2 decks for your reading. I'm actually going to pull 5 cards from one deck, 5 cards from another. We'll have the reading basically do a... It's going to be a general reading, see what wants to come out. I'm actually going to start with this deck. It feels ready. I'm going to take the first 5 cards off the top here. But the 8 of Swords coming out reversed, Strength reversed, Queen of Wands coming out reversed, lots of reversals here, guys. Princess of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles reversed, and then you have the 10 of Cups. So 1 card coming out upright. We have the 10 of Cups here. We'll take this journey to get there, but let's take cards from this deck. I just want to basically pull clarifying cards for each of these as what is the underlying energy you know, sort of beneath these cards. I'm going to do that with this deck. I'm going to do a cut here. All right, and we're going to take the same thing, just the top 5 cards, just to clarify here. So clarifying the 8 of Swords reversed, you have the Knight of Swords reversed. Strength reversed clarified here by the 4 of Swords upright. You have the Queen of Wands reversed here, clarified by the 4 of Pentacles reversed. This Page of Pentacles, Princess of Pentacles reversed. Clarifier here, we have the Page of Wands upright. And then the 10 of Cups, clarifying card for that, we have Justice reversed. So let's work our way through this, Saggies. This is a little bit, this is interesting energy. We're just going to start here and work our way across. I do feel like this is going to be representative of the past, moving forward, typically towards the present, and then going out into the future. And again, keep in mind, this is covering about a 2-week period of time, okay? So this 8 of Swords reversed. Sagittarius, this is that inner critic, the negative Nancy that lives in our head, dealing with those things. Actually taking a look at the beliefs that we have about ourselves that keep us small, that get in our way, self-sabotaging behavior, really releasing those negative thoughts, doing the work that needs to happen with that. Okay, this Knight of Swords here, you know, it's interesting because, you know, what I want to say, Sagittarius, is this is probably your least favorite type of activity. It really is kind of your rock bottom in terms of things that you would like to be doing with your time. It's not fun. It doesn't necessarily feel good. It brings up a lot of old pain. And this Knight of Swords is that energy. It's restless and it's not wanting to be focused on this. You're tired of it. You don't want to necessarily have to process this. But here's what I'm going to say to you, Sagittarius, because next to this, we have Strength coming out reversed here. And underneath that, we have this 4 of Swords, which is upright. Saggies, here's what's necessary. You have to actually take the time to deal with this stuff. And the best way to do that is just to put yourself into a place of trying to rest and relax a little bit. Let your mind just go into a place of just contemplating, just starting to think about it. And I know it would be better to be out and be on an adventure, be doing some sort of, you know, something that's more exciting, something that doesn't feel as heavy, right? You guys don't necessarily like heavy stuff. You don't like, it goes against your energy. Your energy is very free-spirited. Your energy is very adventurous. You're very much like, you know, what's the next thing, and you want to be on the move. And so anything that feels heavy is almost like an anchor to Saggies, and you don't like it, Okay. But the reason that this is important, the reason that you do have to shift from this Knight of Swords, this restless, unfocused, into actually focusing on this is because this is actually costing you right now. Not dealing with this and having that, even though if you're not dealing with it, like even if you don't put your focus on it, it's still there. It's still a weight. And it's like you're just ignoring it. You're acting like it's not present. Okay. But when you actually take the time to think about it and deal with it, then it's interesting because you're going to find a lot of your own inner strength return to you. But it requires you to deal with the emotions, to deal with your own. I think there's some pride issues here. I feel like for some of you, maybe like your pride was hurt. It could be that someone did something to you that, was either embarrassing, or someone did something to you that, just dinged your pride, and it made you have a lot of emotion around it, and processing through that, why you felt the way that you did about what they did, why they did what they did, trying to get some closure on it. It actually helps you to work through this so that you start to get that strength card turning back around for you. And once you get into that space, then, you're in a place where you can have that more adventurous, fun life because you're not as weighed down by stuff. Okay. Let's talk about this. Four of Swords, Four of Pentacles here coming out reversed. I think all I really want to say here, Saggies, is like, don't try to not deal with this by buying stuff you don't need, spending a lot of money that you don't have, going on adventures that, really extravagant trips, or spending a lot of money. Try your best to avoid that, because this card does feel very much like a bit of a warning around that. I say this as well because, we have this Queen of Wands here, which has come out reversed. It's interesting with this card being reversed because I think that's actually a good spot for you. This represents a little bit more of an introverted energy. It also represents notions around your own self-respect and self-confidence, and a new idea of who you are, having a new sense of what you can accomplish, who you can be, what type of life you can actually lead. Okay. Again, this energy of this strength, flowing across here, this is a good place to be at. And I feel like for most of you listening, this is probably, we're getting close to what I would say is sort of present energy right now. It could be that you're sort of going back and forth between this notion of, really thinking about yourself, finding your own, new, like how you demand respect from people because you find a respect for yourself. Going from that into slipping into this, like, oh, well, maybe I just, I'm going to buy this new thing, or I'm going to do this thing, or I'm going to take this trip. And then this feels a little bit risky in terms of just, it really does feel financial. It really does feel like it's overspending. Okay. Page of Pentacles here coming out reversed with this Page of Wands, which is upright. This is a little bit of a confusing energy. Okay. So I want to talk about this. Page of Wands, 100% to me, makes me think about Sagittarius. This is a very free-spirited type of energy. It's all about being out in the world and discovering it. It feels very connected to potential. It would believe there's no limit to the potential that's possible. It's a very inspired type of energy. This card to me represents Sagittarius in my mind as a reader, when you're at your best energy. Okay. I think what's in conflict here is this Page of Pentacles reversed. What this card speaks to is not having progress, putting something off, needing to learn lessons from something failing. Okay. I think these are basically, as we're moving from this present energy into, like, let's just say, like, what the potential is in the future. I kind of have to look at these cards together as a future type of energy. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to slide these cards over just to make a little bit of room here. I'm actually going to stick with my Rider-Waite deck here, which are the bottom cards. But I just want to get some clarification. I want to clarify this Princess or Page of Pentacles first in reverse. What is this in terms of not making progress, needing to learn from the failure? What is that lesson? Can we get insight into that? Saggies. What's going on with you guys right now? This feels just like a lot of doubt, a lot of hurt pride. It's a lot of raw emotion that needs to be processed, and it's come out again. Okay, so that's just confirmation. It's the card saying again, like, you have to deal with these things that feel like wounded pride, any areas where you feel like a coward, raw emotions that you're not willing to process, figuring out how to connect to your own inner strength. You have the World card coming out reversed. This represents a situation in which something is incomplete, something is not having closure. It can represent delay. Clarify the World card. I want to see what else we can see about the World. Let's switch decks, actually. Let's shuffle. I still want to clarify the World. Clarify the World for Sagittarius. November 1st through the 15th, 2019. Anything else? All right, had several things come out, Saggies. Have the Five of Wands coming out reversed. Three of Pentacles again. Don't you guys have that? I thought you did. Maybe not. Okay, we have Three of Pentacles reversed. Four of Cups coming out reversed. The Fool reversed. The Emperor upright. King of Cups reversed. And the Knight of Cups upright. All right, let's just talk about these. Five of Wands reversed here. This represents a situation where you're in conflict with yourself or actively avoiding conflict with another person. Okay. Three of Pentacles reversed represents the situation of being on your own, not wanting to engage with other people. Four of Cups reversed is another card that speaks to withdrawing and retreating. This is just basically saying, Saggies, I don't think you're necessarily messing with anybody right now. Not to say that your life is empty. I do feel like, you know, you have like some people in your life that would probably be considered like adventure buddies. I wouldn't even know for sure if you would consider them to be friends. They're just people that when you want to get out, you want to do something, you want to get out of your head and stop thinking about this, you have people that you can do those sorts of things with. But across the board here, we have cards from the Wands, the Coins, and the Cups, all representing being detached and pulled away. Okay, the only thing that you don't have here representing that would be Swords, and I feel like that's what I was saying, right? You have this Eight of Swords and the Four of Swords. You're in the Swords. You're in your mind right now. You're having to be in your mind and thinking about this. And I know you hate it because you guys don't like being in your mind. But right now, I think where you are actually being called to exist right now, Saggies, is in this Emperor energy, which is being the ultimate authority, being very rational, thinking about things from a very structured perspective. Okay, this is, you know, represents almost like a father figure, and that notion of like father knows best, which is outdated now, but it's knowing that you know what's best for yourself. Remember how I talked about all of these cards represent being detached and not necessarily being, you know, moving forward? You also have the Fool coming out here reversed. This is another card about holding back. But the other thing that this card does represent, Saggies, is someone who is being very reckless or taking risk. And I got that vibe with one of the other cards for you guys, specifically around overspending. But I also just want to say, like, don't push too much to try to like distract yourself from dealing with this heavy stuff by trying to get adrenaline rush or doing anything in excess. You know, too much sex, too much food, too many drugs, too much drinking. Just be mindful of that, Saggies, that you're not, compensating by this annoyance of having to be in your mind by being a little bit too reckless with what's going on. I want to talk about this King of Cups. It's reversed. And for me, this represents a couple of things. Number one, I think it just represents where I feel you're at, Saggies, which is a fairly moody type of energy, really having to deal with your own inner feelings, being very much inside yourself, dealing with your feelings. The other thing that I feel here for you, Saggies, is just another confirmation card of you being a bit cut off from forming any type of romantic connection with anyone right now. It's another card that I'm just going to group with these, where it's like you're sitting in this Emperor energy, figuring out yourself, figuring out how you're going to, deal with your own things, what you want, and everything else is just blocked from you. That's what I'm feeling. But we have this Knight of Cups here. It has come out upright. This to me is another card that, even though this card actually represents Pisces and can also be associated with Aquarius, but this card does make me think a bit about Sagittarius as well, because this is a very charming, attractive, creative, romantic type of energy. It's someone who is just not necessarily too serious about what they are out there doing, but they're having fun and they're genuine, and they really do come from a place of wanting to help people have fun and enjoy life. And I think Sagittarius, that's very much a vibe that I associate with your sign, because that is one of the things that is great about having a Sagittarius in your world, is that they don't necessarily enjoy being bogged down very often by the heavier things in life. They want their life to be an adventure. They want their life to be very free-spirited and carefree. And that's great to have as an influence in your life, right? But I will just say also, there's some stuff here, Saggies, that you have to work through before I feel like you can really get into that vibe and be back on, the type of energy that you want in terms of your own vibration, how you want your life to feel. But I think, it's worth it. It's definitely worth it to work through this stuff, because I feel like once you work through it and you get yourself free of it, you're really free of it. It's not something that's going to, come back and be a cycle that you need to repeat. So I'm just going to shuffle through here with my Oracle deck for you, Saggies. See what wants to come out from the Oracle deck. Again, I'm keeping these readings a little bit shorter than I typically do them, just because I'm going to be doing another one in a couple of weeks. And I do want to see if we can get something to come out here. I'm actually just going to feel my way through. See what wants to come out for Sagittarius. Okay. Saggies. My fearless freedom lights up the world. Here's what I want to say about this, okay? Saggies, if you can tap into that same adventurous spirit that you have around life, and you can see doing this work, exploring this stuff, processing this all of this stuff, right? If you can see that as being something that requires you to be fearless, that will illuminate everything for you. That is truly what will allow you to be free from all of this stuff. What you need to realize, Saggies, is once you deal with this, once you truly deal with this, you're free of it. You don't ever have to repeat these patterns again. You don't have to deal with this stuff again. You don't have to feel this stuff anymore, because you've actually processed it and you've freed yourself of it. And it just brings in this lightness to everything in your life. Okay, so Saggies, I hope you enjoyed that reading. I actually really enjoyed doing it for you. It's a very interesting and complex reading, so I like those a lot. But let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you did like the video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead and subscribe. It makes me feel awesome when people subscribe to the channel, so help spread the love a little bit. Do that for me. I will be back mid-month at some point just to do a mid-month check-in with you guys. Pre-holiday. I can't believe the holiday season is really here, but I will be checking in with you guys before then, just to wrap up the month. I do have some exciting stuff to announce also towards the end of the month, so be on the lookout for that. Saggies, I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.